Last time on Danganronpa 2, Goodye Despair.
The only person who didn't come to the party and also doesn't have an alibi.
Oh, right, Fuyuhiko.
That's why I was checking to see if it's possible to get under the floor from outside. Speaking of which, you're not coming to the party?
Hell no. Not even if you paid me.
Isn't that why you came here?
Of course not. I was just going for a damn walk.
He believes he's different from everyone else. That's why he's always alone. He's like the main character of an RPG. Have you ever played those before? No.
Meta.
Never. Never have I ever played an RPG.
Is it a letter? Someone sent to Byakuya?
There's no sender. That looks pretty suspicious. Hajime, you should check what's inside.
Be careful. The first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone. This is...
I won't lose to anyone. Not even to my past self.
That sounds cool and all, but what are you even talking about?
Shit!
I will not lose to my bowels!
What?
We assume that a very thin, sharp object, around 5 millimeters in diameter, was used to stab it over and over again, which is what
Isn't that pretty thin? I mean, that's as thin as an ice pick or an owl. An
owl?
An owl.
Oh, we gotta boop the snoot.
Boop
we
the
gotta
snoot.
boop the snoot.
Yes. Oh.
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 Something came out! Yeah, I know, ladies, it's all your fault.
Before we begin, I'd like to confirm one thing. Is this a deadly betrayal, a deadly deception, and a deadly class trial? I mean, is there really a killer among us?
I will fight you, Taylor.
Most definitely. There's no doubt that the Blackened is lurking among you.
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table? Was it to shit? I understand the bathroom was closed.
Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of Disillusion Plays Danganronpa 2 Goodye Despair, where we play the game and do the voices.
Yeah.
I'm Sarah.
I'm Pete.
And I'm Taylor.
And just before we jump in, if you do like what we do, don't forget to like, comment and subscribe and ring that notification bell.
Yes. And
Now,
now
let's
it's
get back on.
time for the class trial.
Yeah, it was a really poor way to end it. We just got there and then it's like, nope, bye, gotta go.
Sucks, man.
That does make sense, but why did he go under the table?
Obviously he was hiding so he could surprise us. That dude was always a big jokester. Yes, such a big jokester, he killed himself.
She
yes.
paid no attention to him whatsoever. Just joking is what Byakuya did all the time.
Oh,
Joke.
yeah.
He's such a kidder.
Such a kidder.
The hell he was? You seriously couldn't tell what kind of person he was?
Maybe he panicked during the blackout and dove under the table.
It's a blackout, not an earthquake. He's not Edgeworth. Just because the power went out doesn't mean he'd dive under the table.
That's harsh.
Hey, that was childhood trauma, I'll have you know. You peasant. Perish.
I like that Nagito's hair is distorting as the class trial stuff goes over just the very tippy top of his hair.
It's getting more and more disheveled as it goes along.
The reason why is probably connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, don't you think?
Getting on down with the group.
The reason Byakuya dove under the table. If it's connected to what Byakuya was doing during the party, then it's probably... I mean, presumably...
The knife, I would think.
Yes.
Yeah.
Display probably... Intrigue! It probably has something to do with the knife we found under the table.
Knife? Oh, you mean that thing that's obviously screams, I'm the murder weapon!
No, that's wrong! Oh wait, I'm not doing it.
Byakuya probably noticed the knife was hidden there. So in order to get it, he moved under the table.
He was particularly sensitive to the presence of dangerous items, so I cannot deny that possibility.
So sensitive that he devoured an entire meat skewer.
No, I just love that. He was sensitive to the presence of dangerous items. It's like, what the frick? He didn't like dangerous. He was sensitive to the presence of them.
But how did he notice that there was a knife under the table?
If he knew beforehand, he probably would have done something about it before the blackout, right?
Then, instead of knowing about it beforehand, maybe he saw it right at that moment? Like, for example, he might have seen someone trying to take the knife out from under the table.
No, that's not possible.
Oh, geez.
What? You seem rather confident about that. I could tell by the way that your portrait zoomed in and out repeatedly.
Of course. I have proof to back me up.
This is almost like a real trial.
No, here we go again.
During the previous statement, there was only one weak spot. But from this point on, there will be various weak spots standing in your way. No matter how many weak spots there are, there will be only one lie or contradiction in the debate at a time.
Okie
This means there will be false weak spots.
False ones? That's not fair, guys. I don't know if we're going to be able to do it. I guess we're going to have to stop. And so I guess, guys, this is it. I think this is where we're going to have to end the Danganronpa playthrough, because I don't think there's any way we're going to be able to...
we must persevere.
If you shoot a false weak spot with the truth bullet, not only will you fail to refute what was said, but you'll also lower your trust with everyone, and your influence gauge will take damage. If your influence gauge reaches 0, you will fail, so please be extra careful. You'll have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spots are actually lies and mistakes, so, you know, good luck you three, because... Also, if you concentrate by holding down the RB button, you can progress the argument slowly.
So, if you... Oh, hang on a minute, you did that in the last one. Well, I guess you don't need my help anymore.
Bye.
Please use it whenever you feel like the statements are moving too fast for you to aim.
No.
However, this does consume the focus gauge, so please be careful.
Well, if you don't want my help, then suffer.
Extra If you press the start button during these... Hey, do you mind? I'm trying to narrate here. If you press the start button during these arguments, you can review the controls.
Okay, thank you.
Well then, good luck and have fun.
Miss Sayonji's like
too much.
equal and forward.
I'm standing on a box.
Oh no. Oh no.
Oh,
no,
wow,
5.
okay.
Straight away, boom.
Oosh.
Alright. Well, as always, let's read through them and go from there. I'm sure Byakuya ducked under the table during the blackout.
That sounds correct.
If that's the case, during the blackout, Mr. Ham-Hands must have seen the killer take the knife.
But it was super pitch black! It was so dark I couldn't see my food!
Byakuya couldn't see in the dark either.
Yes, he could.
That would
I
be
doubt he
incorrect.
could have seen the killer.
Because he had night vision goggles.
Night vision gaga. It's true. Getting under that table during the blackout would have been nearly impossible, but...
But he had these.
He had the night vision goggles. Right, let's get it. Which one is it? No. Where is... I don't like that it's like a little... It doesn't have the little, you know, the indicators as to how many statements there are.
There you go.
It's like, with it being that track, you can't see which... Oh, no, you're wrong!
Yeah.
You can't see... It's because usually you go, okay, it's the third statement.
Yeah.
Well, we did last time. No. Byakuya was probably the only one who was able to see in the dark. Why do you say that? If he was using those night vision goggles we found under the table, he could have seen what was happening. So... Are you saying Byakuya was the one who used those night vision goggles? No, I'm just saying stuff for no reason.
No, they just made their way around the room by themselves.
They've got little legs. I call them Nighty. My little friend, Nighty, the handy night vision goggles.
It's like the little trunk from Discworld that rinses with the little legs.
Oh my goodness. Yeah, that has to be the case. Oh no. Oh.
No, you're wrong.
Something else.
Oh, what's this?
No, that's obviously wrong. It should be the other way around. Other way around? Seriously, the killer used those night vision goggles, not Byakuya.
No, because the case was in the Derulium case.
Were you surprised by Mahiru's sudden argument?
Yes.
I certainly was.
Just between you and me, I was also surprised. Just kidding. I'm sorry. Now then, when this kind of argument surfaces, you will go into a one-on-one debate called Rebuttal Showdown.
Okay.
In this mode, you have to counter the other person's claim, draw out their weak spots, and argue against them. Please counter the other person's remarks with the left stick. Based on the shape of their remarks, it's important to know whether to cut vertically, sideways, or diagonally.
No.
Oh boy.
This is gonna be one of those where we're not gonna be able to read the dialogue properly, isn't it?
Well, you're gonna have fun though, because you're gonna be arguing with yourself.
And cutting
everything. And I'm not taking over because I will fail.
And this is why it's set to gentle.
And you could say the argument cuts both ways.
Ooh.
And based on that, you can skew the debate's mood to your advantage. On the other hand, if you ignore the other person's remarks, it will skew toward their advantage. In the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, a number that shows the sharpness of your counter is displayed. This is the number of times you can cut remarks during one round of the debate. You will lose counts of sharpness even if you miss, so please be very careful.
Oh boy.
When the mood skews to your advantage for a certain length of time, the other party's argument changes. This means the conversation will develop. If that happens, they will end up divulging some weak spots. However, you cannot normally cut remarks that contain weak spots. Instead, it will skew the mood toward the other party's advantage. Plus, it's gonna be very big.
Big, you say?
Just like a regular debate, please refute any weak spots with the diamond button.
What the frick is the diamond button?
Freaking diamond button again.
It's so annoying because, like, on the screen it literally says press A. And it's like, why can't it say the freaking diamond? Okay.
Of course, if you don't have the correct truth blade, you will not be able to cut an opponent's remark.
Bullets, blades, what next? Shurikens? Yeah.
Huh? What's a truth blade? I hear you incredulously ask from the audience. I am terribly sorry. It appears that there has been a delay in contacting you.
They're all stood there going like, what the heck's going on?
Why are we all just studying?
Like, who's talking? Like, where's that coming from?
I will make sure the person in charge of contacting you takes a very long vacation.
He's gonna be wearing some concrete shoes, am I right?
See, I feel like Mahiru's expression is the most befitting of this situation right now.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I suppose, and maybe Soda.
Yeah.
Kazuichi.
And this mode, Truth Bullets, will be called Truth Blades. That's about it. There won't be any other changes to your handbook menu. Only the name was changed, but, don't you think a change in feeling is important? If you press the start button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun.
I just have one phrase for this.
Bye!
For fuck's sake. Just like, oh, okay. So if
here we go.
Rebuttal Showdown. I'm gonna press start real quick.
Now, the next part involves the Truth Ballista.
With the case.
Right, so hang on. So, it doesn't say what the diamond button is. What is the diamond button?
Is it the X button or the Y button?
I feel like it's gotta be Y, right? Fire Truth Blade. Okay. If you just use common sense, the killer use those night vision goggles, that's gotta be it.
You're slashing in the wrong direction.
Oh no, oh, what the Just a little bit more and I can draw something out next time. This is hard. If you just use common sense, the killer obviously used those night vision goggles. That's gotta be it. And then...
I'm not sure. How do you determine what direction to slash in?
The killer used them. Because if they used the night vision goggles, then they would have killed Byakuya, and then they could. Oh my goodness, this is so. You brought. Ah! I don't know what's going on. Damn it! I was overcome. She's gonna go back to the original topic. Okay, if you just use common sense, the killer obviously uses night vision goggles. That's got to be it. And then we need to go. I guess no, the knife. Where's your proof that the killer used them? Okay.
Beryllium case. The case for them was in that case.
Yeah, then they could have killed Byakuya. Yeah, I have no idea how to tell if the goggles in that case. The killer. Fuck! Damn it!
On that last one, I think you have to fire it. You can't slash the statements with
I know
weak
that,
spots
but
in
there's
them.
like no way to kind of. It's not very easy to dictate how the slashing's happening. Like it's literally you press a button on the analog stick and it's like it goes through the middle of the screen. Right. So those. So the killer. Okay, there we go.
There we go.
No, you're wrong, stupid.
Jesus.
Yeah, that's.
So wait, are you changing the direction of the slashers with each one, or are you just pressing the button to slash the
So
argument?
you press it with you press on a certain direction with the analog stick, and it slashes in the direction that you press on the stick. But then.
But how do you know what direction to press?
Because I guess the statements line up on screen, and you try and slash multiple at once.
Oh,
So the difficulty is that statement that you then cut with the truth blade. You don't have to particularly worry about the other statements at that time. You just press the button. And I was trying to cut the other statements, and that's what was happening.
Okay.
I was catching that one by accident, and that's why it was retreating.
Okay.
So yes, sorry everybody out there. I'm not an epic gamer. I'm shit. Okay. We'll get there. We'll get there. No, Byakuya was definitely the one who brought those night vision goggles. Definitely? But why? Inside the Duralumin case, Byakuya... inside the Duralumin case Byakuya had with him during the party, we found a smaller case for storing the night vision goggles.
Which means we can assume that the night vision goggles were kept inside that Duralium case as well.
Duralium? Ibuki can't say it.
Oh, I don't know.
I do like the idea that Ibuki's just like, yeah, I'm just gonna... whatever.
Woohoo! I said assume! Ibuki never uses such clever language!
Plus, Byakuya was the only one who could have taken the night vision goggles out of the case, since he was carrying it around before the blackout in the first place. I see. When you put it like that, it makes sense.
Then, was that knife inside the case too?
No, don't be so foolish, boy.
If they were night vision goggles inside, it wouldn't be weird for a knife to be in there too.
It would be weird.
I am weird, aren't I? At times like this, I'd rather be fantasizing about tonight's main dish.
There's no way to...
Ew! You totally mean that in a perverted way!
Yep, this is not the time to be thinking about what's in your pants, Teru. Jesus Christ.
The knife was brought in...
Jeez!
The knife was brought in the Duralumin case, along with the night vision goggles, too? No.
I'm gonna go throw up now.
No, that's not possible. The knife was hidden in the dining hall before the party even started. I should be able to prove it.
Duct tape.
Duct tape.
Duct tape.
Duct tape.
Duct tape.
Listen to this.
Duct tape.
There was duct tape left under the table where the body was found.
Huh? Duct tape?
They probably hid the knife by duct taping it to the underside of the table.
Oh, so that's why we found duct tape there.
Though Byakuya was thorough, even he couldn't have noticed a weapon taped to the underside of the table.
This may be off topic, but why was Byakuya acting so paranoid? Not only did he bring a self-defense kit, but he had night vision goggles inside the case too.
That's true. He went above and beyond being a little cautious.
Now that you mention it, that applies to the dangerous items he confiscated as well. It's one thing to be a little cautious, but performing a body check is a bit much.
He touched me very closely.
He touched me everywhere, and I'm gonna sue him.
He's dead.
I'm gonna sue anyway.
I'm gonna sue his ghost.
family.
I'm gonna sue his goddamn ghost.
I'm gonna sue his ghost. I'm gonna sue his family.
And then that's when the Brian Butterfield thing goes in. Well, you know, I wound up losing my trial, and so now I'm going to be in debt in heaven.
He probably knew someone was planning to commit a murder. Are you saying he predicted the murder? Could it be? Was he also in possession of the all-seeing eye?
Ah, Gundam.
You think so too, right, Hajime? Right, Hajime? Right.
We're on a time limit. I haven't read the frickin' line. That's right. Byakuya probably knew there was a possibility that a murder would occur.
Yeah, it was a note, wasn't it? In his room.
Was it?
It's at the bottom. You went past it.
I can't see it. Where? There.
Murder threat.
Yes. Yo, check out this. Everyone, could you please take a look at this? Be careful. The first kill will happen tonight. Someone will definitely kill someone. Hey, the hell is this?
Hajime and I found this in Byakuya's cottage.
It looks like a threatening letter someone sent to him.
So, who's the someone?
How the frick should we know?
Nobody besides Monokuma would write such a dumb, threatening letter like that.
It wasn't me!
Oh, dang it.
The only lies I tell are friendly lies.
Those are still lies!
It doesn't matter who wrote it yet. So Byakuya became paranoid because of this threatening letter?
He probably decided to throw a party because of the letter.
What do you mean?
By gathering everyone in one place, he tried to create a situation where everyone could keep tabs on each other. In doing so, he tried to put the writer of the letter in a situation where they couldn't act.
But the letter might have just been a little prank.
As long as he was determined not to let any of us die, he couldn't take that risk. His strong sense of responsibility made him believe the letter was legitimate.
He should have told us he received a threatening letter.
If he had, we would have panicked. Byakuya probably knew that too.
So, he tried to do something without telling anyone?
I see. His strong sense of responsibility as our leader was his undoing.
Ugh, screw that noise! Who the hell wrote that letter?
Well, obviously, the killer.
The killer? Oh. I can say, why can't I... Is it really one of us?
Right so.
Who is it? Among us, who was the one who killed Byakuya?
Enough already! Show yourself, you coward! If they were willing to come forward, they never would have committed a murder in the first place.
But I still can't believe it. Someone in this room killed Byakuya. There's no way I can believe that yet.
I honestly can't really guess who.
No.
Pardon me. Can I say something, please?
What is it, Miss Sonia?
I regret that I must return to this topic, but I just realized something concerning the night vision goggles. If Byakuya was indeed wearing those goggles, how did the killer manage to navigate in the dark?
You're right. They wouldn't have been able to see anything without the night vision goggles.
Is he gonna get a hard-on now?
But if the murderer had the goggles when they took the knife, then how did Byakuya see them?
I think I've got an idea of what's going on.
Okay.
Well, if the knife was under the table, Byakuya used the night vision goggles to see what was going on, was like, oh shit, went to go get the knife, and if the killer knew that the knife was there...
Oh, do you think they were luring him in?
Well, we've learned that there's a gap in the floorboards, so we learnt about the whatever killed him was like a sort of a
Thin.
5mm diameter sort of spike, such as one of those meat skewers. Maybe they killed him, they stabbed through the floorboards underneath where under the table, right?
I mean, they were looking under, so you'd think there's a reason why
Chiaki. I know they were looking for the earring, but
Yeah.
it kind of seemed to be pointing in the relevance of the.
Well, I just mean that's kind of the only, because otherwise that way you wouldn't need to see that he was there. I mean, you'd be able to hear him because he was a big guy.
Yeah, you'd hear him shuffling around if he was like over the top of you.
Well, I mean, even less than that. I mean, if it has the, excuse me, if it's glow in the dark,
duct tape,
right? You'd be able to see it even through the floorboard. Well, you know, potentially through a gap in the floorboards.
Yeah.
And when Byakuya is there to grab it, obviously you wouldn't be able to see it because he'd be obscuring it, so you'd know he's there. Again, why obviously someone wants to kill him at this early stage in the game when he wanted to throw a party, I don't know, but that's kind of the only way I can think of.
And do you think, like, because there was a sheet, a tablecloth with blood on it, do you think they've covered themselves in a tablecloth so they don't get blood on them? And then no one would realise who's killed them?
I mean, I guess, but then how would they get the tablecloth back up into the room if they didn't have a way of seeing? Because I'm presuming that this person doesn't have a way of seeing. You know, they're just as blind as everyone else, and obviously under the floorboards, they're not going to be able to see anything.
Like one of the laundry baskets.
So yeah, I mean
Oh yeah, the laundry basket.
It was in the storage cupboard. So do you think
yeah, no, of course, I forgot about that. I was thinking.
That cable as well looks as though it goes where the storage cupboard is as well. You know, the lamp. Like, I know.
Doesn't that connect to the kitchen? That wall, isn't that sort of?
Kitchen,
I mean, it's a little hard to tell, but isn't that kind of the? I mean, it might be. It might not be.
There's got to be like a secret door somewhere to get under the. Yeah, probably.
I'm not quite sure. But yeah, like maybe that's my train of thought. Anyway.
Yeah.
If the murder. Have you read this? Sorry.
Yeah, I did.
Cool.
Even if the knife bore some sort of mark, it would have been difficult to see it in that darkness.
No, the killer definitely used a mark. And because of this mark, the killer was able to get to the knife from under the table into his hands.
Got it.
It's this. But how about this? What if the glowing paint was the mark? With that, you'd be able to get the knife even in the dark.
You might say that it stood out, and it was pretty stark.
In actuality, the knife we found under the table and the duct tape stuck to the underside of the table were both marked with glowing paint, right?
Does that mean the killer painted them in advance?
But painting them with glowing paint, it's as if they knew that blackout was gonna happen. Well,
they had to have already known. That's why they used the glowing paint as a mark. Which means whoever set up the blackout is the killer.
But then that's strange, isn't it? I suppose, because then it's like, yeah, that puts pay to my theory a little bit, because we know that the blackout was premeditated because of the irons, the what was it, the air conditioning unit thing, and all that. You know, they turned everything on to overload.
And the lamp, presumably.
Yeah. They turned everything on. It overloaded the fuses. Fine. Because those 3 irons being set out and plugged in is suspicious as hell. So it's obviously been done by somebody. But then the idea of the knife under the table being painted by the killer, why would Byakuya go for it? It obviously had to have been done by him. But...
Well, it's either that, unless the other explanation is right, and as soon as the blackout happened, Byakuya threw the goggles on, saw whoever was going under the table to get the knife, which they knew where it was, and they knew it was glowing in the dark so they could see it, and Byakuya went after them, but then got stabbed by, like, the poker or something, not the knife itself.
It's still weird, though, isn't it? Because it's still like, I mean, who were they going to kill? Because the killer couldn't see anything. So the idea of the killer going under the table to get the... it is
unless,
weird.
like... Unless Byakuya was the one who was, like, going to kill someone.
I mean, I guess that's
Except the thing is, why would Byakuya plant the knife there and go for the knife when he had a self-defense kit with pepper spray and a taser and a nightstick? There was no reason for him to grab the knife when he had all of that other stuff.
I suppose that is right. Okay, let's go. Let's continue. Who set the blackout as the killer?
That seals it. The killer is whoever was in the office with the circuit breaker. Which means it was you, Peko Yama!
Peko killed poor Byakuya? What, this island is not big enough for 2 glasses wearers?
I am not the killer.
Oh, well, I guess she's not.
How can you believe her so easily?
God's sake.
But with Peko's height, I don't think she'd be able to reach the circuit breaker in the office.
I don't care about a technicality like that. Peko's the one who tripped the breaker and caused the blackout.
By tripping the breaker directly from the office, Peko was the one who caused the blackout. Is that really what happened?
No. After this debate, blue-colored weak spots will start appearing.
Blue-colored.
Okay.
If we call the weak spots you've seen up until now argue spots, the blue-colored weak spots will be called agree spots.
God.
When shooting agree spots with truth bullets, you need to flip your way of thinking.
Oh, heck.
Instead of arguing that the other person's testimony contains lies or mistakes, please fire the truth bullets that prove the other person's testimony is correct.
Jesus, they've expanded this quite a
They
bit, haven't
really
they?
have,
It's
yeah,
like, oh
Jesus.
my god.
When your truth bullets merge with their weakness, it will become a logically sound agreement. Isn't it a little hot in here? From now on, you must infer whether it's best to argue or agree based on what's being debated. If you press the start button during these arguments, you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun.
Okay then. Yikes. Make your argument. Oh no, what were their accounts? Excuse me.
Don't mind
Let's
me.
have a look. Account. So, which ones were?
It's Teru, Nekomaru, and Chiaki.
Teru, Nekomaru, Chiaki.
Teru was he in the kitchen?
I guess.
Okay, you couldn't use it.
Doubt it.
Chiaki. Fuyu Hoi cocaine pass walked away.
And what was the other
Nekomaru
account?
needed a shit.
Nekomaru.
Someone was using it the whole time. He was able to enter the bathroom after Byakuya's body was discovered. Huh? I don't know. Okay.
Okay.
Since Peko was in the office, she could have used the blackout at any time. That's impossible.
Huh? Why is it impossible?
Because I was not in the office. Not even before the blackout. Oh, the toilet. There we go.
What happened to your guard duty?
Yeah, what happened to your guard duty?
Sorry.
Oh, you weren't in the office? That's clearly a desperate excuse.
So I guess it'd be Nekomaru's account.
Yeah, because she needed to go poopy.
Yeah, she had an upset stomach, didn't she?
Just from listening to Peko's testimony, it's not weird to doubt her. But I feel like I spoke to someone during the investigation who totally backs up her testimony.
Do you need a reminder on how to shoot agree points?
Since Peko was in the office, she could have caused the blackout.
So no,
That's
impossible.
That's impossible.
Why is it impossible?
Why is it impossible?
I was not
Why?
in the
Why?
office. Yeah. Boom!
Consent! Consent? No, I think Peko is telling the truth.
Don't tell me you're crushing on Peko.
It's nothing like that at all.
She's like a bottom tier waifu, dude.
Hey.
Hey, that's not fair. It's my profession, that's all. Anyway, it's nothing like that at all. Nekomaru's account is actually Peko's alibi.
I've been trying to use it many times, but the door just won't open at all. It's true. Someone was occupying the bathroom for a long time shortly after the party started. And it was finally freed up after Byakuya's body was discovered. Right about the same time that the poop was about to be freed up from my anus.
Then the person who was in the bathroom that whole time was actually... Everyone else besides Peko was in the dining hall after the party started, right?
I see. So there's no way anybody else could have locked themselves in the bathroom except Peko.
I guess that would be true.
You locked yourself in the commode? You should have said so earlier.
There's no way she'd actually say that. Gosh, you are so insensitive.
If she locked herself in the bathroom for that long, there's no doubt. It's shit!
He loves his shit, doesn't he?
He really loves his poop.
Yeah! Oh, there's no way she'd admit it. There's no way she'd admit she was taking a shit.
Hey, weren't you guys taught any basic manners? Or were you raised in a locker room?
In fact, yes, that's why I wanted to be a coach. I mean, I'm sorry.
It's fine. How about we stop talking about this and move on to something else?
Don't worry, the smell wasn't that strong. I used the bathroom right after you, so you can trust me.
Christ.
Jesus Christ.
I said it's fine.
But still, you were in the bathroom for a really long time.
It's fine.
Did you get food poisoning or something?
Hey, you little brat. My cooking's the best. They don't call me the ultimate chef for nothing. Next time I'll cook you up on a spit roast.
I'd like to see you try, you little pompous pompadour
what you
wearer.
did there, Sarah.
Spit roast.
I heard what you did there.
I'm gonna throw up.
It would be the frickin' lolly, wouldn't it? As soon as I stepped into the office, I felt this sudden rush of pain in my
I'd
stomach.
like to personally apologise for stooping so low.
You should. Because of that, I was unable to leave the bathroom, including when the blackout occurred. Actually, I found it quite distressing, to be completely honest with you. Sitting in the darkness.
Oh, Taro, get out!
Sake.
No.
Gross!
Bad.
No!
Bad.
No!
Bad.
Nope! Nope!
Hey, how did it feel to do your business in the dark? Did you get excited?
Seriously, stop it.
That's not just Hajime. That's everyone. That's everyone. Seriously, stop it.
Please.
Or I'm gonna start. Why couldn't they have killed you instead of Byakuya? For Christ's sakes!
Yeah, but still, your stomach pain. Was it really just a coincidence?
Hey, what's the deal? Don't butt into other people's business, especially...
Emphasis on the butt part. Am I right, gamers?
Especially if you didn't do any investigating.
There's too much talk about butts in
I'm only butting in because you fucking idiots are out of your element.
You know why? Because I'm actually an investigator. The name's Dick Gumshoe.
Oh dear.
He's my uncle.
Stop this Stop this childish nonsense. Just what do you mean by coincidence? There is no coincidence. Fate guides us all ever onward towards our destiny.
Oh, shut up, you fucking moron. What I mean is it possible someone slipped us some laxatives?
Laxatives?
If so, the killer could have tripped the breaker as soon as that girl left the office, don't you think?
I see. That might have happened.
The question is whether Peko's stomachache was a coincidence, or if someone intentionally caused it. Depending on the answer, the outcome of this trial could change drastically.
It wasn't laxatives, because we established the breaker's too high up for a normal person to trip. They tripped it with the irons and everything. Embarrassing
the
pose.
AC timer, like, tripped it, didn't it? Like, when that came.
Yeah, the AC timer, I think.
Did you eat anything weird? I don't remember eating anything weird.
Now that you mention it, you brought food to the office, right?
Just a little bit from the dining hall. There might have been some laxatives in it, don't you think?
Teru cooked the food. How suspicious!
I wouldn't do anything like that.
I don't believe you.
Ruin the taste.
Oh, that's the reason why he wouldn't do it. Not the moral outrage. But...
No, whether Peko's stomachache was a coincidence or if someone intentionally caused it. We need to clarify that first. I'm not sure actually. So it's not gonna be knife. I don't think it's embarrassing pose. Party dishes, what is heart and however, Akane. Were the only...
and Peko were the only ones who ate them. Akane didn't get
Akane
sick.
didn't
If
get
there were
sick.
laxatives in it,
Yes,
then
yes,
Yeah.
I think so. Party dishes. Now that you mention it... Away from the dining hall. Might have been some laxatives.
I think it's on that.
It'd be
I
that
think-
one, wouldn't it? Not-
Yeah, I
it'd be
think... Yeah, I
Fumiko's.
think so. Okay. Yep.
Boom.
Cabo. No, you're
Kaboom.
wrong!
I mean, Byakuya also ate them, but he's dead. So.
Yeah.
No, it's impossible that laxatives were slipped into the food in the dining hall. Because Peko wasn't the only one who ate that food. Akane ate some of it too. If the food had laxatives in it, I'm pretty sure Akane would have had stomach issues as well.
I feel totally fine.
Like I said, the dishes are innocent. Don't go making weird accusations.
I apologize for causing a scene. Fuyahiko should apologize, not you. He's the one who made the laxative accusation. Yo, what the fuck did you just say, bitch?
Whoa.
Cease this bickering!
Gee.
Let's just dismiss Peko's stomachache as a coincidence and go back to discussing the blackout.
Yeah, we already know that, you trashy skank.
Whoa.
You don't have to tell us.
Trashy skank!
This reminded me.
God, she's such a cowbag.
Jesus!
As long as the murder happened during the blackout, then the blackout itself is what's actually important. So, we need to make it clear how that blackout occurred. Well, we already
This
know
will be
that.
the irons. and stuff,
That's
won't
the
it?
AC timer, right?
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, we've got the
Well, it's a
irons
bit- yeah,
as well.
it's
the irons,
the irons
because the
in
AC
this.
one isn't there.
Yeah.
It's got to be that one.
Okay.
Who tripped the breaker, and how did they do it? If you can't answer that, I'ma bop you on the head.
Did they throw a stone and hit it?
No, this isn't the first one.
Maybe they used a remote control.
And they probably messed with the breaker. It does not have to be the breaker. They may have tampered with
There
the
it is,
power
yep,
supply
that
and
one.
transmitters.
Yeah. Or maybe they caused a power
that one.
surge? Actually, yeah.
I bet it's really Monokuma's fault.
By the way, I'm not a trashy skank!
What's that got to do with it?
How did the killer trip the circuit breaker?
I mean, I'm not making accusations. You did spread eagle yourself
Well, yeah,
on two
I mean,
separate occasions.
Well, it was one occasion. Oh no, because there was the first one, wasn't there? Whatever that was.
Yeah.
I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure I already have that clue. Yeah. So I'm gonna say Mahiru's statement.
Yeah, like
I
it
think,
was
yeah,
the
it's
trick of the
Mahiru.
breaker.
That's his power
Yeah.
surge.
Mess with the breaker, no.
But then specifically tricked the breaker.
Yeah, because it's not that. It's that. It's the power surge.
Yeah.
I agree.
I concur.
I consent.
I consent.
It's just as Mahiru said. The blackout was caused by a power surge. Of course. Of course. That's not a coincidence. Someone caused it intentionally.
Of course, that's not a coincidence. Someone coursed it intentionally.
What?
Nothing.
Leave me alone.
Which is why those 3 irons were arranged to cause the blackout.
When you found them right after the blackout, the irons were still on, right? So, by leaving those irons on in the storage room, they deliberately caused a power surge.
Yeah, you could say they had a lot of irons in the fire.
Yeah, it seems that's how the killer caused the blackout.
Oh god. Okay, you win. You win. I'm not gonna argue.
Hold on a second. Let me speak
Okay, you
too.
win.
What the heck?
You say the irons in the storage room were used to trigger the
But
blackout.
I think they were used to expel the shit!
That's inexcusable!
Here we go.
Here we go again.
On the case, irons in storage room tablecloth. Okay, well I guess we'll have to see, won't we?
Yeah.
If it,
Sorry, then for the killers,
then
you're saying...
my
I'm sorry,
God.
Taylor, it's too fast.
No, I don't think there's any way we're going to be able to read that bit.
Suspect, something can't be counted. Advance, what's it? No, just because people were in the dining hall... It doesn't mean they're not a suspect. The people are blackout.
Caused the blackout. The irons caused the blackout.
Irons caused the blackout.
And the killer had to go to the room before that and
turn on the irons. No, right, so the AC timer.
It's the AC timer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's true, the irons were responsible for the blackout, but that shouldn't be the only reason.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's the timer. Boom.
Boom.
Kaboom.
Take that, you stupid son of a bitch!
What did you say?
What did you just say?
The irons are just one reason the blackout occurred, but they weren't the direct trigger. The direct trigger was when the air conditioners in the dining hall and office clicked on.
Air conditioners!
The timers for both air conditioners were set to 11:30 p.m.
11:30 p.m. Mr. Hamhands died around that time, too.
I see. When the timers activated the air conditioners, the breaker was tripped and caused a blackout. I see! I understand! Indubitably!
Indubitably?
Indubitably!
They probably checked the old building's energy usage in advance and used the irons to nearly max it out. So once they set the air conditioner's timers, they just had to wait until they started up on their own.
This is kind of here's a little weird thing though, right? Because when did they have chance to do this?
It's like
Presumably because the Byakuya said,
Rejoice! I am going to have a party later tonight in the abandoned building.
and then they were like, I'm gonna go scope the place out beforehand.
But like, wasn't
And
Nagito cleaning it?
Nagito was cleaning in there, so is the blame going to point to Nagito now?
I'm gonna say he was like cleaning all of it except the
No,
suite.
but he never got a chance to go back and clean in the office. He was cleaning the dining hall the entire time.
Yeah, but no.
So then whoever did it.
What I mean is though, like if someone
Oh
was
no, he said he didn't manage to clean the storage room.
storage room. But what I'm saying is, even so, like with that in mind, he was in the buildings, like cleaning it the whole time. Do you think he wouldn't? Don't you think he would have noticed if someone tripped off the electricity?
I don't know. It's hard to say. I mean, they might have just done it before he started cleaning, or maybe Nagito's the killer.
I don't know. I don't know. Yeah, they said.
I don't Nagi know. They just had to wait up until they started up on their own.
If so, even Peko was in the office. Even if Peko was in the office, it still would have been possible to cause a blackout. Indubitably.
Indubitably? Miss Sonia, not you too!
Regarding the energy usage, they probably asked Monokuma about it.
Dun dun dun!
Is she right? Such a hateful bear! You deserve to die 1,000 deaths!
1,000, you say? If I died that many times, I might really stay dead, you know.
That's the intention.
Shut up! You guys just stay quiet.
I couldn't have prevented the blackout even if I was in the office. But even so, I feel regret. If I was in the office, I could have reset the breaker in time, and maybe the murder wouldn't have occurred.
No, the breaker into the office was built into a high area of the wall that's impossible to
I've
reach.
got a big sword, you know.
Resetting the breaker in that darkness would have been impossible, no matter
then.
what.
Fine. Sounds like you don't need to blame yourself.
Even so, the killer is so sly. I'm starting to worry we may never actually
Was it
find
her?
them.
I hope so, because I really hate her. She could be executed, I don't care.
Hee hee hee.
It's all right. You don't have to worry. Because they're just a petty killer, right? They can't defeat symbols of hope like you guys.
Huh?
There's no way everybody will lose now. This little incident will just be a stepping stone for you all. In the end, hope always wins. That's what I believe.
Nagito? What happened to you?
Huh? What do you mean?
Well, you've been saying this whole time that there's no way a killer could be among us.
Oh, is that so? Well, let's just put that minor detail aside for now and talk about the incident. For now, we found out how the blackout occurred, but the question is, who caused it, right? Anybody could have hid and set the timers for the air conditioners. Setting up the irons in the storage room could have been done before Byakuya set foot in the old building. What a shame. Any one of us is capable of that.
Ew, what are you implying?
He's just saying, after all this time, we still haven't made any progress.
Huh? Even though we have been arguing for so long?
Unfortunately, it's the truth. Despite the fact that we've discussed this at length, there's not even one clue that leads to the killer. But that might be because there's no way any of us could be a killer.
You're changing your story again?
Anyway, I have an idea about what we should all... Wait, can you go back to that previous line?
Which one is it? There it is.
Anyway, I have an idea about what we all should do at this point. Okay. Has anyone thought about a situation like this? Instead of surviving by doubting others, isn't it better to get killed for believing in others?
Doesn't that mean... Are you saying we should all give up and die?
Nagito, there's definitely something wrong with you.
You guys only think there's something wrong with me because there's something wrong with you. Suspecting each other like this, there's no way that's healthy behavior. Let's stop this already. We don't have to find out who the killer is. I can't stand this anymore. I don't want to do this to my friends.
I don't want to do it either.
Me too! Please, take me home already!
I want to go home and eat candy!
Stop it! Stop it! This is posh, boys.
Stop it!
Stop it!
Stop it right now!
If everyone acts like this, I'm gonna... everyone, calm down!
We're all friends, aren't we? There's no way one friend would murder another.
Then why did Byakuya die?
Who cares? Let's just give up already. There are no clues that lead to the killer anyway. Not a single one. That's wrong.
Damn it,
think.
Jackie.
Damn it,
For a
Jackie.
moment, he was like, that's wrong. Boo. Like, no.
Did you say something? 'Cause we've already found a clue that might point to who the killer is. A clue, you say?
You know who the killer is?
The killer? I don't know. But we do have a clue about a suspicious person. I think. I see. Then, care to tell me? What's this clue you're talking about? First of all, let's try thinking about how the killer was able to obtain the knife during the blackout. Didn't we already cover that? They used glowing paint as a mark. No, not that. I mean, before that.
Before?
Before.
Before?
Before?
Is she asking how the killer got close to that table? Even if they had to obtain the knife.
The power cord. They felt the power cord from the lamp.
Of course.
Huh.
Yeah, I bet that. Yeah.
Even if they had to obtain the knife by relying on the glow from the paint, in order to do that, they needed to get close to that table while it was still dark. Let's try examining the situation. Mahiru's diagram might be...
Which, of course, she was like, I put the cord in here just in case it happens to be relevant. Ha ha ha.
Wait, who did that, sorry?
Mahiru.
Mahiru did.
Yeah.
She made this whole point about how, she drew the cord connecting the lamp to the outlet because she
Just
she
in
didn't
case.
know if it would be useful or
Let's
not.
try examining the situation. Mahiru's diagram might be useful here. The diagram of where everyone was standing before the blackout, right? Here it is.
Oh, no. Oh,
Of
no.
course, Nagito's very close to it, isn't he?
See, it does go to the storage room. Look.
No, you're right. Okay. Just as I thought. This diagram is the clue. Who the killer is? and how they were able to move to the table in the dark. That's clearly shown in this diagram.
Care to share with the class, Hajime?
First, we need to discuss how the killer was able to move to that table in the dark. The killer probably used something to help them move in the dark. What?
Can you move to the
I say,
side?
it's like there.
I can't.
It's like
Yeah,
a bit of the
I
court
think
there.
that. No, what about this?
Nice shout, Taylor.
The killer must have used the desk lamp to move to that table in the dark.
The desk lamp? I hope you don't mean they turned on a light or something. There was a blackout. There's no way the killer could have used the desk lamp.
Of course, there's no way they used the desk lamp's light. The killer actually used the power cord.
The light bulb.
What? Did I?
The
My
light bulb.
body generates enough electricity,
Oh, you
right?
you shut me up. I thought I'd pressed the wrong thing. I was like, oh no!
Sorry.
I
I was doing a goof. Sorry.
Right, sorry. No, it's okay. I thought I'd clicked the wrong thing. I was like, oh no.
No.
And they didn't turn the desk lamp on. They used its power cord. Power cord.
Power cord.
They could have felt their way to that table using the power cord, right? By doing that, the killer was able to move to the table, then used the glowing paint to find the knife.
I mean, at least they got it right this time and they called it cord and not rope.
Fuck's sake.
And there's only one person here who could have done that.
Da da da. Who?
The only person here who could possibly have done it. Well, I guess based on the diagram,
It'd be Nagito.
It's gotta be Nagito. Haha! Hi, Hajime. How's it going?
Hey.
You there.
Why are you looking at me?
Nagito. It was you, wasn't it?
Me?
Judging by everyone's positions before the blackout, the only person near the power cord was you. And considering your strange personality changes just now, it does seem slightly suspicious.
What strange personality change? You're being weird. That's weird.
Which means the only one who could have felt their way to the table using the power cord was Nagito.
That's just a coincidence. But still, you had a chance, right? A chance to hide the knife under the table.
Nagito's chance
When he was cleaning.
to hide the knife under the table was...
When he was cleaning.
Yeah. How about this? Nagito, weren't you cleaning the dining hall all morning? If so, you would have had a chance to hide the knife. I'm just messing every sentence up.
That's...
If you factor in the power cord and the time you spent cleaning, you're the only one who could have done it.
Seriously, that's all just a coincidence. If it was just one coincidence, it'd be fine. But when it's one right after another, I wonder, is something like that even possible?
He's the ultimate lucky student into account here.
I mean, maybe.
It kind of all falls into place conveniently.
Could it be? Did you give yourself cleaning duty on purpose so you could hide the knife under the table?
Now that you mention it, Nagito did prepare the drawing to pick who cleaned the dining hall.
I mean, yeah, this does make it seem... Oh, jeez.
To be honest, I already prepared a drawing because I assumed something like this would happen.
To go to the trouble of preparing this, just what did you think would happen?
Whoever draws the chopstick with a red mark on it will be in charge of cleaning, okay? Does that sound fair?
You rigged the drawing, didn't you? That's how you got picked to clean the dining hall, isn't it?
I don't know if you're the killer or not, but regardless, it proves that you're suspicious, right?
If that's the case, that strange speech you made earlier, that was part of your plan too.
You got us to lower our guard. And try to hide the fact that you did it, didn't you, you motherfucker?
Well, just admit it already!
Nagito, tell me you object to this. Frankly, I don't want to believe it either. We investigated together. You were so kind. I can't believe you're the one who killed Byakuya. Nagito, say something!
Oh god, is he gonna lose his shit?
It does seem like that.
Oh god!
Oh no!
Oh boy! Oh boy!
That's
The Ultimates are working together to combat the despair of their friend's death. How wonderful. How beautiful it is.
Huh? Those eyes.
Don't like it. I don't like
At that moment, Nagito's eyes. The darkness in his eyes shone brightly, as if layers upon layers of darkness were folding into each other.
Darkness,
As if hope and despair had been
Guys, do you think the light will defeat the darkness?
as if hope and despair had been crudely mixed together.
Oh, Jesus.
Oh boy!
Let's cut to the chase. You're correct. It was my doing all along. I'm the one who hid the knife under the table before the party started. Vroom.
What?
I'm the one who used the power cord to find my way to the table in the dark. And of course, I'm the one who caused the blackout. After all, there's no way I'd knowingly whip out a knife in front of everyone, right?
Is it just me, or does he seem a little nuts right now?
What do you mean, Ibuki? I'm completely normal. A completely average, ordinary high school student.
Oh, dude.
Absolutely 100% normal.
Yikes.
Okay, you're freaking me out a little now.
But I never expected Byakuya to have night vision goggles. Because of that, we had ourselves a little scuffle under the table, and, well, you all saw how that played out. But with a twist ending like this, I think we can all agree this ended up being a very interesting mystery. Byakuya performed admirably.
I'm sure he did, but we'll have to find out if he performed admirably next
If we
time.
performed admirably, well, we know he performed admirably.
What? Get stuffed.
Sarah.
Yes.
We can't end things now. Don't you want to see what happens? Don't you want to see the conclusion to the exciting mystery?
Literally, my spine is crawling.
I was like, why is my friend talking to me like that? I don't like it.
I think it's because
What's
it's
the
like
matter?
right in my ear. It's like, oh, this is
Yeah.
creepy. I like it.
The headphones.
Anyway,
This is the crazy Nagito
before I get
Kamida
completely
I was
ASMR
gonna say
channel.
it's like an like bad ASMR.
before I get completely freaked out, thank you very much for watching. I'm gonna go now.
If you like what we do, as you know from before, hit that like button, drop a comment down below. We do like to try and reply to all of them. We definitely do read all of them.
Yes.
And hit the subscribe button and ring the little bell.
Yeah.
And we will catch you guys in the next one.
See you next time, guys.
Bye for now.
And remember, hope and despair are just two sides of the same coin, both inexorably flipping towards their inevitable conclusion.
A deadly conclusion, a deadly coin, into deadly darkness.
Oh, God.